The Matrix Online is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game in which you get to take the red pill and become an overpowered martial artist, gunslinger, or hacker in the virtual prison known as Metro World. The game actually takes place in the wake of the movie trilogy during a time when humankind, the machines, and exiled AI programs are all vying for superiority in a strange new world. It's a good setting for an online RPG, and The Matrix Online also features a number of original qualities inspired by the movies. But the game is also weighed down by a variety of rough edges, above and beyond the norm for a style of gaming that's just not especially known for its polish or stability. At any rate, The Matrix Online has a number of interesting, likable qualities, but you'll need to have a high tolerance for frustration as well as a fast computer to get the most out of the experience. One of the neat things about The Matrix Online is that it gives you a good amount of freedom to customize your character's skills and abilities. Much like how Neo quickly mastered a variety of martial arts in the first movie, the game lets you load different abilities into memory, and which abilities you bring to bear is yours to decide. The game isn't radically different from other online RPGs, though. For example, a hacker in The Matrix Online is roughly equivalent to a wizard or a cleric, while an operative can function like a warrior or a rogue. Most of the gameplay is conventional to the genre, though thinly veiled under the fiction of the movie trilogy. Still, the game does let you pull off cool-looking martial arts moves, incredible roof-to-roof leaps, and so forth. When it's at its best, the game definitely looks and feels like The Matrix. Just be sure to pay no attention to all the advertisements for other Warner Brothers movies plastered around Metro World. While The Matrix Online has a number of good ideas, the thing about games like this is that they boil down to the quality of the execution. And it's here where The Matrix Online isn't always up to snuff. The game runs poorly on all but the fastest systems, even if you shut off all the nice little graphical touches. Numerous animation glitches and some fairly serious bugs also crop up. These can prevent you from solving the game's missions or cause the entire game to crash. If you've played a lot of other online RPGs, maybe you can forgive these types of problems. But given that The Matrix Online is trying to achieve the same sort of stylish feel as its namesake, the bugs really hurt. At any rate, the game falls in squarely with the others of its kind, so expect for the experience to be a time-consuming one. You'll need to undertake lots and lots of repetitive missions in order to gain enough experience to advance in level, and leveling up really is the name of the game. Sure, you can socialize and run over to a dance club or something like that, but socializing isn't going to get you any closer to learning Aikido or how to hyperjump. Since The Matrix Online is pretty buggy in its current state, the game can sometimes feel like a chore. One of the real drags about it is that whenever you die, you drop back to a loading area from which you can jack back into the Matrix. The game's death penalty isn't intended to be very serious, but the loading times to and from the loading area can be downright painful. On the plus side, the game's combat, while similar to that of most online RPGs, is original enough to be interesting. It's based on random die rolls whose values are calculated between you and your opponent to determine who hits whom. You can switch up tactics to try to increase your chances of success, though combat usually boils down to dumping all your strongest abilities on the opponent. Also, while it's viable to undertake missions alone, playing with a group of players lets you gain experience much more efficiently. However, it also turns combat into a bit of a mess, as the animations tend to go really haywire when a bunch of people are going at it all at once. The Matrix Online benefits from having an original premise and setting, though there are other science fiction-themed online RPGs out there like Anarchy Online and City of Heroes. The game arrives at a time when the genre is more competitive than ever, and it gets by alright on the strength of its own merits. But rather than buck some bad trends that are epidemic of this style of gaming, The Matrix Online mostly just falls into them. This isn't a game for Matrix fans so much as it's a game for fans of online RPGs. One thing that's compelling about The Matrix Online is that the storyline will supposedly advance based on players' actions over time. So if you're mad about the Matrix sequels and want to see the machines eventually win the day, then you can theoretically jump in there and start working for the man and see what happens. Like many other games of its kind, though, The Matrix Online is often better in theory than it is in practice. Whether or not you decide to play it can be a difficult decision that entirely depends on how much spare time you're willing to invest in a game that won't always reward you for that investment. But that's making a long story short. For more information about The Matrix Online, be sure to read my full review.